is there normally between the franchisee and the franchisor? Again, I've known people who've gotten involved. You hear about them at the beginning, and then you don't really hear about them again. And then, obviously,
of course, there's a lot of attention. And there's a 6-week in-cafe training course, and for the new franchise partners. I've been involved with the company as a franchisee for 11 years come January, and 3 years working with them before that. So if I want them, I call them. Mm-hmm. If they need to get a hold of me, they call me. You know, but that's because our marriage has been a long one. We know how each other thinks. The other thing too is I'm also a member of the advisory council, which in our company each region has a peer, which you are elected by your fellow franchise partners in that area. So I represent Atlantic Canada. So I have a lot of communication in the fact that they fly me there 3 times a year to have meetings. We have lots of conference calls when it comes to company decisions, moving forward with what we're going to market for spring, fall, you know, seasons in advance, etc. and so forth. Any feedback that we need, because our peers come to us, so we can collect the information, and the 12 of us get on a call with the appropriate people from home office and discuss how we want to move forward with marketing or what the operational concern is, etc. and so forth. So it's, I think it varies, and I think it varies for each franchise company. I mean, we do have conventions every year that we are required to go to, which is not always bad. I think it's New York this year, but they won't tell us. So I guess it changes situationally and with each franchise partner and the length of time that you're there. I mean, the new store up in Moncton had people there with them for several weeks, and they have, you know, me that they can touch with, home office that they can touch with as often as they want. 2 people that own the different ones. I mean, the commonality is that you have to ensure that you're having positive brand experience that is congruent, not just within your own area, but nationally. And both from a franchisor's position and a franchisee's position, that's sometimes really difficult, because you're not just married to the franchisor, you got some sisters and brothers that, you know, you might have to, yeah. Some are really great to be peer mentors to, other ones want to find their own ways, but, you know, collectively, you know, it's about the congruity of the brand and the brand position that you guys both have to be together on. So that can create some issues at times. Provide them with the information, whether it's numerical on SKUs or what guests are telling me, you know, provide that information to them. So it is a partnership where you have to come together and trust each other. It's no different than having a joint checking account with your spouse.
Which is a big step, right?
Huge. Why I have an ex-spouse.
Exactly.
No, but
it's a lot like that. Yeah, it's a lot.
It is. You have to be able to trust each other that someone is, you know, managing them well. There's going to be enough money to pay all the bills, and that you can still have a life, etc. and so forth. It's very similar to that. So, you know, it's not an invasion of your finances. It's that you guys are both pooling them and your resources together to make better business decisions that will benefit you.
So much communication between Mark's corporately and all of the individual stores and ourselves that it's a blessing. So if you're not a franchisee, say you're Karen's Jeans, then you buy $20,000 worth of jeans, you're probably stuck with those jeans. If I buy, and we get to plan our dollars, so if I buy $20,000 worth of jeans, and or say I get red leather pants in and they only sell in Quebec and they don't sell in Moncton, obviously, then I can send those to another store. They take care of you just like that. So I'm never stuck with inventory ever for anything that is not moving within our territories. We talk constantly amongst each other. We're constantly moving merchandise around. We're like it's an incredible franchise. I can't even tell you. And I know there's royalties and stuff involved, but they've done all of the work. They've done all of the legwork. I have the benefit of all of their expertise as well as ours. I have all of their signage, their TV commercials, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, you know, I didn't have to develop that myself. If it went out and opened up Jenny's Jeans kind of thing, then, you know, I would definitely not be as successful. Maybe I might be, but I don't think I would be as much as if I was in a franchise. So there's a lot of communication constantly, a tremendous amount of
Years
support.
old. We've been really hard at franchising, well, for less than 10 years.
Because I guess I guess what I was getting at, it's I guess newer relationships. You don't have any long.
We do have folks that have made it through their 5-year renewal period with us, and that's really a happy time when you're renewing marriage vows.
Yeah.
You know, it's a happy time, and in our world, you got to pay to renew your marriage vows, so you know they really love you if they're willing to pay to stay around. And but I think it's really important to connect with franchisees and to give them the support that they need, because without franchisees, there is no business. It really doesn't replace, there is no franchisor business without the franchisee doing everything they do. So it's a perfect marriage because you've got the structured entrepreneur. One of the questions was, I think, eventually tonight was going to be, and it's a popular question, are you giving up the entrepreneurial spirit? Are you a real entrepreneur when you own a franchise? And the answer is, in their case, I mean, seeing Mark's Warehouse as an opportunity and saying, yeah, that's going to fly, and we want to be involved in that, and we're willing to leverage and risk that and jump into this and not hold back. That is an entrepreneurial move. That's an exciting move. And we've got folks leaving government type of jobs. We've got folks leaving sales types of jobs, teaching, ex-police, ex-army, this, that, or the other thing. And these folks are making an entrepreneurial leap. They think our thing is great. They fall in love with it one way or another. They want to be part of it. And then at the end of the day, we're allowing them to come in, but we have to make sure that they succeed, because if they don't succeed, we're all in the same boat together. So we got to make sure we have enough bodies. So we've just expanded, and it might not seem a lot, but for those, we've got 100+ locations. We've got 14 people supporting that 100, and we have 4 that are intimately connected in the business plan, meaning each 4 individuals have 25 operations to understand intimately their goals, the operator, and work with them to make it fly in Whitehorse and Yukon and, you know, places that I only know about because we're there. You know, Salmon Arm, if you've ever been there, that's in British Columbia. Well, we're there. And so yeah, we form these partnerships. We rely on folks like this that think, you know, and it is theirs. It's interesting. I mean, that is, a franchisee owns that business, and our refranchising business is a strong business, meaning that people that have been with us can join at different times, build that business up, and flip it off. And we at corporate could buy, but that's not, our model's not that. Our model is instead vetting and saying, okay, Darlene, if you're going to leave this territory and you want to sell, that's fantastic. Let's just make sure we agree what we end up with here. Because, of course, we let you in. It doesn't mean we're going to let just anyone in. So that's the type of relationship we have, and it's a partnership, and it's all about making it work. And if we don't do our thing, it affects their business, and if they don't do their thing, it affects our business greatly also. So it's a two-way.
Do you find that there's different types of reporting that's required, different information that has to be given as opposed to if it was a private business?
No, I think that generally speaking, there's one, each business may have its own peculiarities and stuff like that, but basically accounting is done in a certain way. But you may have different software and things like that, so you have different programs that are doing the same work, essentially.
And I guess for the franchisees or the franchisor, do you actually normally, I guess, would you actually have an outside bookkeeper or whatever, or is it somebody that the franchisor provides and says, well, you use Ernst & Young or you use KPMG or you can find whoever you want and do whatever you want?
We absolutely, I do all of the books and all of the payroll for all 3 of my companies. And I just like to, like Oprah, like to keep my fingers in there, but I still sign all my own checks, so I like to keep that up. However, we definitely have an accountant, which is PwC, and they come in and monitor monitor everything and then do our year-end books for sure. And
So
there should
would-
definitely